I started my first business when I was 17, but my second business was a blog called Hello Perfect. And it was my mission to redefine perfection because I hated how the word perfect was causing so many women, including myself, this self-doubt. It'd just be in the back of our mind, and we'd be comparing ourselves to this ideal of perfection. So I was like, I want to redefine the word. And I started this blog, Hello Perfect, and I was very into the fashion industry. I thought that was going to be my career at the time. And I got an opportunity to work New York Fashion Week, and they used to have this big event called Fashion Night Out where all the stores in Soho in New York City would stay open late. They would have parties and giveaways. And I was just starting my journey of blogging and social media, and I said, okay, with my friend, let's create a bucket list, bring our 500 followers along with us, and try to achieve all these fun things on the bucket list. And we got this list off of the Fashion Night Out website. So we get to Soho that night, and right when we get there, the streets are flooded with people. Like it's the busiest day at Disney World, like packed, lines outside every single door. So we start waiting in the lines, and I'm like, we're literally going to achieve one thing on this bucket list. So I said to my friend, all right, let's stop fighting through the crowds. Let's go to this back, street. And when we get there, we see these punch buggy vehicles lined up. And there's some models standing outside, and they were promoting Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs is a very well-known fashion designer, his new perfume. And I was doing some guerrilla marketing, so I had a giant pink Hello Perfect sign. I took a picture with the model, said thank you, was going to go on my way. But the model said, hey, I heard that Marc Jacobs may be stopping by. I was like, no way. One, it wasn't on the Fashion Night Out website. Two, it's Marc Jacobs, huge designer. I was like, all right, let's go check out his store. So me and my friend go in the store. It's like half the size of this room. And I said, okay, we'll take one quick swoop, but we got to go. We got to achieve everything on this bucket list. We have a plan. And we get to the back corner of the room, of the store. And I was like, okay, let's go now. And all of a sudden, as I turn to leave, I feel people pushing me. And I was like, what is going on? And I turn, and I see Marc Jacobs making his way behind the counter. He starts signing perfumes as people are buying them. And I'm like, oh my goodness. What do I do? And I was like, I have to ask him his definition of perfect, because if he joined my movement, then I would grow, right? Then my blog would grow and everything. But I was so nervous. Everyone wanted to talk to him. And I thought, this is my shot. If I don't take it now, it's never going to happen again. So I went up to him, I shared what I was trying to do with redefining perfection, and I asked him his definition of perfect. And without any hesitation, Marc goes, perfect? What is? I was like, oh, Marc, you're a genius. I didn't say that, but in my head I said that. And I was like, thank you so much, and I was about to go. And as I'm walking away, I guess I'm walking this way, walking away, he pulls me back. And I turn back to him. And he puts his hand on top of the counter. He's wearing this beautiful button-down long-sleeve shirt. And he pulls up his long sleeve. And on his wrist is the tattoo of the word perfect. Of all the words in the dictionary, he tattooed the word that I was trying to redefine for the very same reason, reminding himself that he's perfect just the way he is. And I was like, can I take a photo of that? So I go and I'm starting to take photos. I'm so nervous. So every photo's coming out so blurry. I'm like shaking. And I don't even know how I gained this courage, but I was like, Marc, can you actually hold up your hand? And I got a picture of Marc Jacobs literally saying, hello, perfect. Thank you. And this really helped elevate the blog, elevate the brand. It gave us some credibility. But I share this story because I always think back to it anytime I'm achieving or going after a new goal in my career. Anytime I'm working with people who are at maybe a higher level than I am. Anytime I feel intimidated or nervous or doubtful of myself and my ability and my ideas and my thoughts. And I think back to this moment, like, how did I even gain the courage to ask him that question? And I remember the feelings that I had, and I remember the thought that came across my mind, and I thought about that feeling of regret. So if I don't take my shot, I'm gonna go to bed at night with that regret. Raise your hand if you've ever felt regret before. Keep your hand up if you like that feeling. It's like the worst feeling ever. And so I always say, I fear regret more than I fear failure. I fear regret more than I fear failure. You have to go after what you want, even when it's scary. If you see something that should be changed, speak up. If you want to create meaningful relationships, go out of your way to create meaningful relationships. Don't let the opportunities pass you by, especially even here today. Meet one another, connect with one another. Because if you try and don't succeed, it's way easier to try to go to bed at night than trying to fall asleep with that awful feeling of regret. And this led me to getting a number of definitions. Different people joined my movement: Marc Cuban, Shaquille O'Neal, Steve Madden, Rebecca Minkoff. And it really started to grow. And that's when I started to gain more confidence, because repetition breeds confidence. The more I repeatedly asked this question to influential people who I was nervous to talk to, the more confidence I started to gain this skill. And every single time it was scary. The fear didn't just disappear. But the thing is, we all have fears. Just some people feed them more than others. The thing about fear is that fear is inevitable, but listening to that fear is a choice. I highly dislike the word fearless leader. I don't think there is such a thing as a fearless leader. I'm afraid all the time. And so many times I hear that when people feel the fear, they think it's a sign that they're not ready enough, talented enough, good enough. But I've flipped my whole perspective on fear, and I challenge you to do the same, because I think fear is a good thing. Because if you're afraid, that means you care about the outcome. And if you care about the outcome, you're going to be that much more impactful, right? If you care about your customers, you're going to be that much more of an impactful leader. So feel the fear, just do it anyway. The world needs people who care